And tonight on our great American panel, he is a former Deputy Assistant Secretary of State, Fox News contributor, USA Today columnist, all-around liberal guy. Bob Beckel is back with us. She is a journalist and Fox News contributor. Judith Miller is here. He is the former Chief Justice of the Alabama Supreme Court, author of the book, So Help Me God, The Ten Commandments, Judicial Tyranny, and the Battle for Religious Freedom. Judge Roy Moore is with us. Guys, welcome to the program. Thanks for being with us. Good to see you all. All right, Supreme Court. Here we have these firefighters. Frank Ricci didn't want to really talk or make it only about himself. He suffers from a learning disability. He wanted to do well on the firefighter test. He goes through all this effort, spends $1,000. He is a sole provider for his family. That's a lot of money for a firefighter. He studies hard. He's successful in the exam. He's denied his promotion. No equal justice under the law by Judge Sotomayor. Is she qualified to be on the court?
I don't think so, and I don't think so because it's much larger than just that one firefighter. This was a firefighter test that was administered to a bunch of people.
Oh, yeah.
And when they found out that the only two Hispanics and no African Americans qualified, the city of New Haven withdrew the test. And they withdrew the test
for fear of a lawsuit.
For fear of a lawsuit.
Judith, I mean, look, we all agree on this panel. I don't think anyone's going to disagree. Discrimination's wrong. But haven't we gotten away from the idea Martin Luther King judged people by the content of their character?
I think that Justice Ginsburg had the perfect observation about this. You have to look at this issue in the context of the history of that city. And when you have only one out of 21 captains in the fire department being an African American, you've got a problem.
So
and you have to look at
Wait a minute, but you were telling me here, this is really important, that you support institutionalizing discrimination to end it. In other words, so the burden of correcting wrongs and injustices lies on the backs of guys that never discriminated against anybody in their life. How is that fair?
Look, we're talking about a legal decision, and I have to disagree with the judge. It's just not right to say that Sotomayor either is or is not qualified based on this opinion, which she did not write.
Why should those firefighters, let me bring Beckel in here. Hello, Mr. Beckel. Good to see you.
It's nice to see you too, Sean.
Why, if Judith is right, why would those firefighters have to bear the burden of correcting past injustice when they are not responsible?
Well, first of all, you just said you didn't want to talk about two subjects, but you're the one who opened with Sotomayor. And I will just say she did not write that opinion. She agreed with it. It should not be something that you judge a person on. She's perfectly qualified, and she will be an Associate Justice of the Supreme Court. Thank the good Lord. She's well qualified. But, look, I think the mistake here is, and Judith is right, you know, if you look at the New York City or the fire department or New York City Police Department, for years and years and years they were dominated by Irish who were discriminated against themselves.
That's right.
And
Irish
Italians who were, that's right. That's right. Now, at some point you say that's got to be changed. You need laws to change it. You do need some affirmative action. In the case of New Haven, the idea that you have a test, a written test, as opposed to look, I think this guy's perfectly qualified to be a lieutenant. I'm glad he's going to be a lieutenant. But you ought to be broader.
But here's the problem. If Judge Sotomayor, who, by the way, was overturned again by the Supreme Court, if she had her way, these guys would be denied their opportunity, their American dream, Bob. They would be shut out. That door would be slammed closed because she thought, well, New Haven might be sued.
First of all, the way you did that dramatic turned over again was really, that took me.
I'm a television pro.
I know, you're a pro and you made your point. She was overturned before. I didn't know that. Look. The fact of the matter is, she did not deny these people. She was talking about a particular test.
If she had her way, they would be denied.
No, she would not. That is not the case.
No.
That is not the case. She ruled on a very narrow aspect of the affirmative action law. And